Hey guys, Plant Doctor here. On this week's edition, we're going to talk about cutting back perennials. It's midsummer here. We've had a nice flush on a lot of our perennials, and now some of that energy that was used to produce a flower is now being used to produce seeds. But if we cut back our perennials, that energy can be used to make a perennial reflower a second time. So I'm going to go around the garden here. I'm going to show you guys two types of pruning that I like to use. I like to do what's called deadheading, and I like to do what's called a light shear, and I'm going to show you a couple of different examples of that. So when we deadhead, you need a good pair of hand pruners, and basically all we're going to do, we're going to find these spent flowers here, and we're going to go all the way down to the base, and we're going to remove them just like that. And this is what the finished product looks like. You can see here that hadn't completely finished blooming yet, but what I expect to see happen here in the next 3 to 4 weeks is it will rebud and rebloom again. So you can see this is the one that we've pruned. There's one right beside it. We have not noticed all the spent flower seed heads here. There's no seeds in them yet. So we're in that transition period where they have flowered but the seeds have not matured, and that is when you want to start to deadhead some of these. These Shasta Daisies are in full glory, as you can see behind me. We've got a few that have started to die off a little bit, but if we go back and just remove these, we'll get a second bloom out of these Shasta Daisies. So this is another example of deadheading your perennials. A good example of a light shear are going to be on these salvia May Nights. There's still a little bit of color in here, but they have mainly gone to start to produce their seeds. So I'm going to cut these back with a light shear, a little bit different than deadheading in the fact that what I'm going to do, I'm literally going to take a handful, a clump of stems, and just cut them off like that. Another example of deadheading would be these balloon flowers. I'm just going to take these seeds, or seed pods, there's no seeds in them yet, and we're just going to remove them. These are daylilies, and I've had a lot of success in doing a light shear with my daylilies. So I do have a few little seed pods that have started to form, but the seed pods aren't on these prolific yet. So what I can do is literally bunch this up, just kind of start taking the top off of these. Take the seed heads off. It doesn't matter if you take some vegetation with it, the plant will come back fuller in the long run. So this is the daylily that we just did a semi cutback on. There's still a few little dead fronds in here that I could pull out, but it's pretty clean. And notice we do have some flowers left. There's one here. We've got some more coming up here. But this one, since we've cut it back, notice it's not too bad, but since we cut it back, it'll throw out some more flowers here in late summer. By no means is this an end-all be-all for how to prune perennials. There's literally thousands of perennials. I just wanted to give you guys some examples of what I do in my perennial garden with the perennials that I have back behind me here. This works for all perennials just about though. And really, a general rule of thumb, your shorter perennials that are kind of tight bush type, You can do a semi cutback on those. Just grab it, cut straight across. On your larger stuff, like you see behind me, I've got echinacea, black-eyed Susans, things like that. You need to deadhead the seed heads off of those. Here again, that's just a general rule of thumb. Guys, thanks for watching The Plant Doctor. As always, it's truly appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the educational content here on the channel. If you hadn't already, we are so close to being monetized. I'm filming with a cell phone here, literally filming with my cell phone. Once we get monetized, I'm going to take that money, put it back into the channel. I want to up the game. We're going to get a real camera, some real sound equipment, so we can continue to bring quality content. But I can't do it without you. So what I need you to do is hit that like button, hit that sub button, and until next time, this is The Plant Doctor.